Hey guys, Sororitas here, back again with another review, and today we'll be taking a look at the McFarlane Toys Warhammer 40k Battle Sister. Now before we get into the meat and taters of this review, since I no longer have the packaging for this figure, let us first take a look-see at her accessories. And she comes with a whopping count 'em, two super hardcore heavy metal looking weapons, starting off with this kick-ass chainsaw sword, which is damn near the same size as she is. Never had one of these before. Really happy to have one. Looks awesome. And then she also has this very X-Force-esque looking laser pistol, which is kind of making up for all the guns that the Warner Bros. Characters aren't coming with, because this feels like it weighs about as much as 4 regular pistols. So take that for what you will. That's just the nature of Warhammer. Taking a closer look at our Battle Sister here. She does, of course, also come with the McFarlane Toys hockey puck display stand with the Warhammer logo on it there. Seen it a million times. We'll see it a million more, unless they cut them out, which would be an interesting time. McFarlane figures not coming with those hockey puck display stands. It's almost like a member of the family is missing. But jokes aside, I really like this figure. And while I have no business buying these Warhammer guys, if I can get them on clearance for like less than $10, and if they keep looking this badass, then damn right I'm gonna buy them. Which is kind of why I don't have the packaging for this figure anymore. I got it on clearance. Box was kind of thrashed and dusty, so I just decided to opt out of showing the packaging for this video. That said, this isn't the only Warhammer figure I picked up for super duper cheap. There is one more we'll be taking a look at next Tuesday, a week from today actually, so stay tuned for that. And actually, he'll be making an appearance during the size comparisons now that I remember. So, as far as our articulation goes, her head is on a double ball peg. It does move all around pretty darn well. Not a whole lot up and down, but enough. Can I just say, this is the she-spawn we all wanted but didn't know we needed? I mean, personally, I thought we were going to get Jackie in her Hellspawn skin from Mortal Kombat 11 before we got something like this, but I'll take this. This is still cool. As far as her shoulders go, they move up and down, they move forward and back. She does have that butterfly thing in there, but it's hindered by her giant X-Force-esque shoulder pads, which seems to be a pattern in this line. Her backpack is a separate piece, but I think it might be glued in there. That or it's tabbed in really secure, so I'm not going to screw with that. That said, she does have a bicep swivel, but these are very gummy. I'm not really crazy about these. And I can only assume that this connection does not fill the circumference of this sleeve or match the full circumference of the bicep itself. It feels like one of those skinny little ball pegs based off all the wiggle room in there, especially on this side. It just feels like those are going to tear, so be careful with that. Maybe loosen them up with some heat or something. Personally, I would have preferred to cut up here where it was a little bit more bulky, because, well, they could have smoothed out the shoulder and just had the kind of wrinkle sculpt start at the bicep cut, but it is what it is. They're going to do whatever they want to do over there at McFarlane Toys, so I really got no room to talk. That said, she does have a double elbow, which looks clean enough. Not bad. Actually, I will say, rotating this is a little bit less cumbersome when the elbows are bent. But you can just see the flex. Like, it's not moving right now. It's just kind of pulling on that peg. So, probably just best not to even rotate those. That said, she does have the ball hinges in the wrists, but they are super duper tight. At least on mine. And you can rotate them around. You can do all this and that. It works alright. Particularly this side with that bicep swivel is a little bit too stiff for my liking. I might try and loosen that up with some soap. I don't know. But it just feels a little bit, yeesh, you know what I mean. That said, she does have some torso movement. Mostly rotation. You're not going to get a lot of crunch at it. Oh, actually, she does get a little bit. Kind of floppy, but not terrible. It's okay. I mean, I paid $6 for this. Am I really going to sit here and complain? Her legs kick out to the side. Not very far. Probably some of the worst splits I've had on a McFarlane figure, but she is heavily armored. She does have a thigh cut, though. That works pretty well. It does move out more than it moves in. Double jointed knee. That works okay. She's got some extra knee pads here with some skulls and whatnot on them, so that's cool. She's got rotation in the foot, as well as a hinge and a rocker. And the toe joints that we're used to seeing in this line, not tight and neutral, unfortunately. And she has peg holes at the bottom of her feet for the hockey puck display stand. She has 2 trigger fingers as well. And the hands are soft enough you can get the weapons in there. But we're going to wait and do that more towards the end of the video when we talk about final thoughts, because I really like this figure. Despite its flaws, the biceps are a little gummy, the torso's a little wobbly. I forgot to mention, I think she has a waist joint too. Hold on, let me see if I can get in there. This is kind of tricky. Yeah, there's a waist joint in there. I don't think that's one solid piece. Very much like Ghostmaker and the Clayface from the DC Multiverse line, she's got the big tube going up inside her. That's got a ball peg on the top and in the bottom. That's pretty much how her diaphragm is constructed. Very interesting, because I'm used to seeing like double ball pegs and whatnot that don't get a whole lot of range. This is just one kind of post that also doesn't get a ton of range, but I don't really need it to. This is an armored character. She's just going to stand there and look cool, you know. That said, very knight-like boots on this figure with the panels and whatnot. Very much reminiscent of a knight, which is cool. So, with that being said, I like this figure, especially for $6. Has its issues, particularly in the biceps there, very gummy. Could also be because it's a Scorcher right now, and could be a little bit more than normal, but I might try and lube those up a little bit, see if that helps, but we'll have to wait and see, right? Well, that being said, let's now move on and take a look at some size comparisons. First up, here's the Battle Sister next to a couple of Space Marines from the McFarlane Toys Warhammer 40k series. We have the Reaver, I think. My apologies. Again, I'm not the most knowledgeable when it comes to Warhammer. And then we have the Hellblaster. And for all you guys throwing shade at McFarlane Toys, just look at what you're getting for $20. All 3 of these figures have completely different sculpts and unique paint apps to each character, and for $20 you're essentially getting Build-A-Figures. Eat your heart out, Hasbro. And last but certainly not least, we have our 2 regulars, the Mythic Legion's Brother Mandibulus, the Livid Spawn, who's not towering over everyone today because good old Al Simmons here seems to be neck and neck with good old She-Spawn. I mean the Battle Sister. Sorry, they look so similar, I got confused. But with all that being said, time to wrap things up. Some final thoughts. Overall, and while this may not be a 100% perfect figure from the fine folks over at McFarlane Toys, I mean, it does still have those gummy bicep cuts and all, I do still really like this figure and think it was well worth the original retail price of $20. But if you can get it for $6 like yours truly, then it is even more worth it, because you are getting a lot for your money. Way more than anything Hasbro could give you nowadays. I mean, do I have to keep saying it? I feel like I do, because some of you guys out there seem a little bit blindsided by the fact that Marvel Legends is one of the biggest ripoffs in this current year as far as action figures go. Granted, that could all turn around, and I'll gladly eat my words when I'm wrong, but right now, I'm pretty confident that I'm not. And y'all who are busting McFarlane Toys out there need to drop it, because I don't think you really know what value per dollar is. So, with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this review. If you are so inclined, please don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you know whenever I upload more reviews like this one. If you haven't already, please hit me up on Instagram at Overlord Productions. But as always, keep the comments civil, because the world sucks enough as it is, especially when people keep dogging on the Toddfather. I mean, I know he ain't perfect, but come on, guys. For 20 bucks, you could do a hell of a lot worse. And until next time, I'll catch you guys later.